Hello, this is the Captain Paxo, and this is my Blessed build, I guess you could call it. Basically, just health regen. There are my stats. You can see my spells in the bottom right hand corner, Bountiful Light and Blessed Weapon. Using the base stats for weapons like the Uchigatana and the Lothric Knight Longsword, because I've got one weapon, I've got my primary weapon that I'm going to buff with Blessed Weapon that I want to make raw, but I don't have enough. I don't have any raw gems, and I've got my backup weapon, which is lightning infused for when the buff runs out. And yeah, this is pretty much just get as much health regen as I possibly can. I want to make my parrying tool blessed, but same situation as the raw gems. I don't have any blessed gems. I've already used this playthrough's blessed gems, so I'm gonna have to do some trading. Right off the bat, not really sure what that blue's doing, but hey, free Estus. I've already used my buffs at this point, so now he gives me my Ashen Estus back, which allows me to chug that, get that down my throat, and I can reapply my Blessed Weapon and Bountiful Light. This build thrives on being able to survive for a long period of time, being able to trade hits with light weapons like the Karthus Curved Sword, or any long sword really. It does really well against, because obviously it's a slightly lighter hit. I don't take as much damage and I can start regenerating health immediately. So like, let's give the example of, say it takes a light weapon, say, I don't know, 2-3 hits to do the same amount of damage as one hit from an ultra greatsword. Right, from the first hit of the Karthus Curved Sword, I'm going to start to regenerate health, so I can regenerate my health faster than if it was against the Ultra Greatsword, because the Ultra Greatsword will do the same amount of damage, just in one big sweep, and it'll take me longer to regenerate all my health. So in this situation, this build is really, really strong, because these guys don't really have a huge amount of damage that can burst me down. This build's main weakness is being bursted down. It doesn't have amazing defense, it doesn't have amazing offense, but what it does have is it has lasting survivability, I guess you could say. Right, the longer I'm alive, the more of a threat I am, because I'm regenerating more health. You're having to use an Estus because you don't have any regeneration, whereas I don't really have to use an Estus because I have a ton of regeneration. You know, I have the Bountiful Light, Blessed Weapon, I will have a Blasted infused parrying tool, and I have the Sun Princess ring. Did I already say that? Anyway, I have all the Blessed stuff, you know, hence why I call it the Blessed build. Just ton of regeneration. And this video, unfortunately, it's only one fight. Yeah, it's that long. It's all one fight, and some of it's sped up. But the matter of the fact is, it showcases what this build is good for so well. Like, I mean, I managed to take out that Phantom, use an Estus, gain my Estus back, can get my Ashen down my throat, and now I can reapply my buffs. And I want to use Bountiful Sunlight because it's stronger than Bountiful Light, but at the same time, like, in situations like this, in most invasions, you don't really get to use the full... Well, sometimes you do get to use the full length of the buff, but a lot of the time you could really do with more buff, if that makes sense. Like, you could do with it lasting longer, and with the FP that I have, with the achievement that I have, I can use Bountiful Light, Blessed Weapon, and then I can reapply Bountiful Light again because I have enough FP. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it's all that worth it, if you know what I mean. Because effectively, I can have a longer, either a longer lasting buff or a stronger buff, and I think I'd rather have the longer lasting buff. On the topic of having your buffs last long, I'm using the Lingering Dragon Crest ring because it does increase the length of miracle buffs, like Blessed Weapon and Bountiful Light. It increases Blessed Weapon from, what is it, like a minute? Maybe like 45 seconds to about a minute and 15. And then Bountiful Light, it increases it to like a minute 30, maybe? I can't quite remember, but it does, the point is it does increase the duration that it lasts, which means I get more use out of it, which of course means more regeneration. And of course a really big pro of this build is the fact that I get to conserve my Estus quite a lot, which means I have plenty of healing in case I get into a pretty sticky situation and I need to use my Estus. I already mentioned that this build does pretty well against light weapons, or like lighter weapons. What do I mean by that? I mean like slightly smaller weapons. There's the word. But it also does pretty well against lots of people. You know, because like, every time you kill a phantom, you get your Estus back. I get my Ashen Estus back, and then I can reapply my buffs. So I just have a ton of health regeneration. You know, the Ashen Estus that I've invested, it really is worth it. It's so worth it to be able to apply just a ton of health regen buff, because it saves me from using a lot of Estus. So the sacrifice into Ashen is definitely worth it, because it saves me a lot of standard Estus. This guy runs at me and I managed to clip him. Should have kept your shield up or something, I don't know. But yeah, weaknesses, obviously large, like strong weapons, doesn't do so well against that. Being rushed down, but then again most builds don't really like being rushed down. Maybe ultra great swords like being rushed down, because you can just trade with that. The amount of stamina I have on this build it's a little bit too low for my liking, but then that's probably because I'm still a little bit mash happy. I haven't managed to take that out of my my system yet. I'm still like hopeful that I can get the third hit in there, that they don't roll away. But really I should just get the 2 hits and run away, because if they try and attack, they're gonna miss me. If I keep attacking and I miss, then I've just wasted some stamina. Dark Moon just ate the Dragonfire, gave me some Ashen Estus back, and gave me quite a large amount of health regeneration. So yeah, that's why this build is like pretty decent against a lot of people, because you just get your Ashen Estus back over and over, and he has so much health regeneration. It's really great. But like I said, being rushed down, not so much fun. It doesn't do that much damage. Like I have you saw the stats. I have 13 strength and 18 dexterity. This is although it is a +10 Uchigatana, it's not infused. I would so like it to be infused with raw. Like, that would seriously be the most amount of damage, because you know you can buff raw, and I'm not using it. Doesn't benefit off your stats, which doesn't matter because you know my stats suck. But what I should really be doing is, like, after my blessed weapon buff runs out, I should really be swapping to my offhand. Is offhand the right word? Backup weapon. That would be it. Backup Lothric Night Sword, which is lightning infused, because you know I have faith. I might as well benefit from it. And the Lothric Night Sword gets an S scaling in faith, but you know the way split damages in this game is still, it's not the best. It is stronger than my Uchi, but I don't know. I don't know how much stronger it will be when I make the Uchi raw. I guess we'll find out. This Phantom's out of Estus, which makes me go, ooh, I need to finish him off. Because if I can finish him off, I can get another Ashen Estus, and then that means more health regeneration. Yay! These guys, I've said it like 3 times now, but they really should have rushed me down. In fact, the host, he would have had a much better chance of surviving if he didn't summon anyone, because the fact that he kept summoning people meant that I kept getting my Ashen Estus back, which meant I had more health regeneration, you know? I had a ton more health regeneration. And this guy trying to crossbow me. It's pretty decent, it's working out pretty well, but the problem with the crossbow is it doesn't damage race all that well, and this build if you don't damage race it, you're losing against it because it has that much health regeneration. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but that's just the way this build works. It's really survivable, although you have to play it very patiently. Like, if you're going to play this build, you have to play it very cautiously. Like, you can take a couple of hits, but then you should probably be on the defensive, you know, waiting for an opportunity and just being like really careful with your opportunities, or like when you go in. Because if you eat too many hits, then you're going to end up having to use an Estus, and you want to use as little Estus as possible. You want to get the full use of your buffs as possible, which is what I'm doing. You know, I'm constantly backing off, trying to finish off this white, but he'll end up getting finished off by the dragon there. And then the host will go and summon another phantom, because, you know, he's a coward, I guess. He's 3 feet from a bonfire, and he just doesn't want to fight. He's got a great shield, the best great shield in the game, but let's not comment on, you know, this guy's tactics. It is what it is. But the matter of the fact is, he would have had a much better chance of surviving had he just fought me by himself, because, again, I wouldn't keep replenishing my Ashen Estus, which means that I wouldn't keep using my regen buffs and replenishing a ton of health, you know? That's just the way it is. And again, they're failing to rush me, even though there's now 3 of them. I can't parry that guy because he's two-handing his weapon. I haven't been going for a ton of parries, but that's because they're a little bit scary. I had a fight the other day where I fought 2 people on the rotating gondola and Anolondo, and I parried them 5 times, but of course you can't do ripostes on the rotating gondola because, you know, Dark Souls. So I ended up having this, like, 15-minute long fight with these idiots, where I parried them. I parried them 3 times in the span of 30 seconds, but I couldn't kill them because I didn't have enough damage, because you can't riposte on that elevator. So it was really frustrating. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. So, there's 3 of you. You know, the longer you wait, the weaker you're going to get, because I'm just going to keep poking you down, and the dragon's going to keep poking you down as well, and I'm going to eventually win. This build really works well with a hit and run kind of strategy. You know, get in there, quick poke, a trade or whatever, and then get out there. You're going to win. Because if you stay away for long enough, you're going to win because of the health regeneration you have. Oh, right, I'm in Lloyd's now. This could be quite dangerous. And I've only got my 3 Estus left, but I do still have my health regeneration. I should take cover because there's that gold on the right there. He's going to shoot you! What are you doing? Dear God. It's really annoying I didn't see him. But he can't hit me from that angle. What are you doing? Your host is down here by himself. He's going to get romped by the man of pus. You got to protect him. Oh well. The other gold's getting scorched by the dragon. I'm trying to break this guy's guard, but it's just... Great shields are just ridiculous. In hindsight, I could have put on... I should have put on... Or like, rather, I should have swapped to my Lothric sword, because that would have chipped through his shields with elemental. Or with lightning damage. But, nonetheless, it's like... There's not much you can do against great shields. They have so much stability. But that has been like, what, 7 people? I killed 4 of them, and not including the host. And that's the end of the fight, and that's the end of the video. So, you know, pretty cool build for invasions, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.